So I wanted to briefly talk about the recent events at TPUSA and the whole Nick Fuentes debacle. I myself am a Groyper. I self-identify as such. I have been interested in what Nick has been doing for about a year now, and to be honest, I find myself more and more engaged in what he's doing. I think as much as maybe in the past I've not perhaps thought of myself in a way of a perhaps traditionalist, I certainly see that at least Nick has conviction. Nick has a very strong moral conviction, which I do not see a lot of on the left. I believe that many of his views are, in a sense, deeply leftist in a European sense, in a sense of a nationalistic sense. I mean, the name of this show is America First, and I think, a lot of people will use the word leftist as a criticism of the so-called alt-right, or
So my question
I'm not
is,
saying
if
that
the
Nick's
president
alt-right
were
at
to
all,
enact a policy,
but
and we
as a
appreciate
Catholic
you being here
myself,
tonight.
I
So
also have that
thank you.
in common with him, and I do believe that he has a great amount to offer, not only the conservative movement, but the whole dialectic as a whole, the whole American political discourse as a whole. I think that he cuts right through the center of that the dialectic that has been trotted out to us as the only two options: the Democrats and the Republicans, and this idea that you're either on the side of progress and you're on the side of change, and you're on the side of mass immigration, open borders, all that, gay marriage, what have you, or you're on the side of capitalism, the elites, and that's in a leftist dialectic, or you hate America from a rightist perspective as a leftist, or you love Israel and you love America and you love uh, legal immigration because, of course, we love the GDP. We want to roast our chestnuts at the altar of the GDP. And so I think this, I guess, horseshoe theory does line up. But I don't even think it's a horseshoe theory because I don't consider myself a radical person per se. I hate to think of myself as a centrist, but I don't consider myself radical by any stretch. My opinions would be considered very mainstream, and not too long ago. I mean, I'm for workers. I'm for the common man. I'm for the common man in our country, in America. I'm not for every other country around the world. I wish them well. I wish them the best. But at this point, the left has become incapable of taking a strong stance when it comes to nationalism. And I think what Nick Fuentes is doing, as much as I struggle to agree with some of his convictions, I respect his convictions, and I think that not only is there this split going on in the conservative movement between conservative Inc., the generally Zionist-backed, let's say, organizations such as Turning Point, such as Daily Wire, such as Dave Rubin, and all these sort of irrelevant Stephen Crowder, these relevant yet irrelevant astroturfed people. It's an alliance between someone like Nick Fuentes and somebody like perhaps even a libertarian like Stefan Molyneux. I see value in these people, and I do not see value on the left on with people on the left. So I think if we can create not only class consciousness on the left and on the right, but on the left create a sense of racial consciousness with Native European people, or Native American people, in the sense of white people who are born here, who know America to be our home and our only home. And this is all identity politics. As much as you may not like it, as much as you may find it hard to wrap your mind around, you might want to push it away and think that, yeah, we can just be individuals and that's all that's going to matter. No other group of people thinks like this. this is what we have to come to terms with, and this is what we have on the plate. So I think that not only is what Nick is doing important to the conservative movement, but it will also divide the left, hopefully, along these lines. Are you with the globalist establishment? Are you with the corporate media agenda? Are you with the elite class who lay down for things for us to believe, the plebes, or are you with the people? Are you with those that want the best for you? Are you with your brothers and sisters? And it doesn't matter what, we're not going to become a traditionalist workers' party or anything, but I think there needs to be a more of an emphasis on traditionalism, and this sort of any progress is good needs to be redressed, and I do believe that this dialectic that Nix is setting up, and I don't want to take him out of context or misquote him, but he did say that these sort of spineless leftists, that you find in maybe Jordan Peterson, the people I mentioned, Dave Rubin, these people who don't take a side, they're more despicable than the people you might find on either extreme. So yeah, I wanted to say that I think in any case, whether Nick is my enemy or my ally or my or what have you, I think that what he is proposing is a far, far greater, at least dialectic or, frame of reference or framework for which to move the country forward. Because that is, at the end of the day, what this is all about. If it's not, then I don't know what we're doing. It is truly just postmodern political theater. I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words. It's a bit late, but yeah, that's my comment. Think what you will of Nick's politics, but I think this feels like a moment, and especially as a leftist, historically myself, to be engaged in this in such a way. I think that is testament to the fact that this is important.